I'm back with a badass video. I got a really good one for you. It's a lot of industry stuff, But the headline that we're going with today on this team talk, by the way, make sure we're commenting. Comment, subscribe on this. Just hit the brakes. If you are not subscribed to this channel, you are nuts. You need to be subscribed. We get all the inside. We get some stuff that you people don't want us to have. You need to subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're clicking the notification bell so you get everything that you want. Anyway, this is a team talk. If you've never watched one, this is basically just talking about the industry. And that's what we're doing here today. We're talking about the industry. And our headline, bang, bang, bang. All the lights are going off. Mercury lays off 300 workers. Mercury Marine lays off 300 workers, okay? I think if Jordan was sitting here, he probably would have said, I think Andy said that was gonna happen in about 3 years, and that was probably about 4 years ago, so I'm probably about a year off. I kind of figured this would happen. I figured it would get to this point. And I don't think it's anything bad for the industry. I really don't. I think it's good all around, and I'll tell you why. We're gonna get into it, all right? Here we go. Mercury Marine has announced a reduction of workforce by cutting 300 jobs at its global headquarters in Fond du Lac through July. So we're saying through July, they're probably starting to cut, and through July, they'll all be done. Is that kind of what we're going with? Yes. Office memo identified lowest seniority employees, so the people who just got hired, they're gone, would start a long-term layoff July 26th. The memo sent to Human Resources said that the company was laying off 252 employees in Plant 15 identified, or indefinitely. So in Plant 15, they're laying off 252 employees indefinitely. So does that mean termination? Close.
We'll call you when we need you.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, you can go get another job. You might not get a call next week type stuff. These layoffs will take place at Mercury Marine Global Headquarters, but the company also announced adjustments for overall operations elsewhere in Wisconsin, as well as St. Cloud, Florida, Juarez, Mexico. All right, so there's globally, or yeah, I guess you could say globally, U.S. They're going to do some more layoffs. The company cited softening of customer demand, and I'll get into this more. The softening of customer demand is basically the reasoning for the layoffs. Essentially, they're looking at that in some of its markets, from continued high interest rates to near term reductions in boat production by Mercury's partners. So basically, Mercury's stating that their boat building partners are slowing the production down. So that way Mercury's not essentially needing to build as many outboards or IOs, whatever you want to say. Mercury's statement. Mercury Marine's industry-leading products continue to gain market share around the world, but at this time, this is not sufficient to fully offset the overall market headwinds. I mean, that's a really good statement by them, by saying market headwinds. It's I think exactly what we're dealing with here in the industry, and I'm not saying just we. I'm saying, because I'm me, but I'm saying like big global companies are probably gonna see this headwind come full circle here pretty quick. And this is a really good, and why I say this is kind of good, and you guys are like, well, why? How could this be good? This is why this is good, okay? This is what the industry used to be. We're hitting rewind, and we're like going back to the 90s here. We're going back to mid to late 90s is what's gonna happen. They're gonna get to a point where they're gonna get comfortable. They all were still riding this fucking huge wave that was gonna fucking collapse at some time. I knew it was gonna collapse at some time. It's not going to trend the same. Hence why I lost 4 employees here at this place. So if you guys don't know, I lost 4 employees this last year. They all went on to do different things. None of them are in the marine world anymore. They all just decided to go different ways. I thought about rehiring, but I didn't rehire. So essentially I did the same. I didn't have to. They left, and they left for me kind of at timing correct, because I know what's going to happen. Things are going to start to slow down, and it's just going to be that way until this election's over, until all this stuff is done. There's a lot of people that aren't going to go spend $120,000 on a boat anymore. It's literally not going to do it. I commented to Jordan today about the Cougar Bass Cat. I saw the Cougar Bass Cat ad today had the 212s, had the poles, had the new 250 Merc full. It was loaded up pretty good. There was 79 before rebates. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I mean, that same boat was 100,000. Okay, so you see the change here. It's going to get better. It's going to get better for the consumer. I think the consumer pricing is going to get better as they don't have as many employees. These rebates are going to keep coming. They're going to need to move. We had an insight that somebody said that White River's got Mercuries and bass trackers for miles. It looks like, doesn't it? Something like that. Like they're fully rigged and there forever. I mean, this guy literally had a picture of it, and we got that sent to us. And that's just them expecting that. But guys, they're gonna move that stuff. So that's going to be bonus to consumers, because this is good. This is good that the consumer for this industry has pulled back a little bit on buying new. They're not shutting the door. They're just pulling back, and they're just questioning, do I really need that anymore? Before it wasn't even a thought. I'm buying that boat. I'm buying that boat. I don't care what that is. I'm buying that boat. And the thing is they were there to buy, right? If it's there, they were buying it. Well, the 90s always, even late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, it was always, yeah, there's one here if you like that one. If not, it's 6 to 12 months before you get it. Well, I don't really like that color. I'm gonna wait. That's what this industry has been since the beginning. It's okay. It's okay. That means, like I was telling Jordan, I said, when you go in for a haircut and it takes 2 minutes because they fucking put it on 2 and took the shit off, that is worth $5, but you're paying 25. And then you get there and it takes 35 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever the hell it may take. It don't take that long for me because you just got to cut the sides. And it's the same price. The quality is better. The quality will be better again in the industry. Trust me, the quality will go back up. And I think when it comes to the industry, we've talked to so many people. The hardest thing was to find good people to do the work, right? Quality people to do the work. So if Mercury Marine and Yamaha and Suzuki and Honda, whoever the hell may be building a motor, I don't care. You're building boats and you've got 20% of people you just literally hired to try to get by. And now you're getting rid of them people. And now you're back to your core of good quality workers that are making good quality products that are gonna be better products and gonna have higher probably demands and stuff like that, because they're gonna be like, we need 300 of these. Well, you're gonna have to wait because we don't have the people, and we're not gonna hire 25 people to fuck it up. We're going with the people we know that can get the shit done and get it done right. So we don't have to deal with warranty issues. Hence what we're gonna talk about now, getting to COVID motors. We're talking about this, Jordan and I were talking about this. If you think about it, people, you think about when 1920 came, right? You bought motors, you bought outboards, you bought trolling motors, you bought everything. You bought every fucking thing that you could when it came to boats. Everything. To the point where there's none left in the country. None, gone, done, right? You're getting the wave of that now because they rode that wave and now that wave is capsed. But what we're getting is warranty, right? Warranty issues are going to come full circle. They're gonna come full circle on this stuff, guys. And when I say that, you're getting the end of COVID stuff that's gonna fail. Warranties are going up. So Mercury's got an extended warranty company or something like that they're paying to take over the warranties and do all that stuff. So that happens, and Mercury's probably paying them to handle the warranties and do that stuff, but that costs money. And if these motors are gonna come to end, and we're gonna have a bunch of warranty shit, whether it's Mercury or whether it's Yamaha, whoever the hell it is, whether it's Minn Kota or PowerPole, it doesn't matter. Because they were trying to get the shit out on demand. The shit wasn't getting built like it used to get built before this time. And that shit's coming to an end, and that shit's gonna be under warranty, and some of that stuff's gonna fail. Some of these companies are going to have to pay some serious money in warranty stuff to stay going. There's boat manufacturers that we have talked about that have bad batches of boats because they built it with shit material, but they needed to get the boats out. Them warranty things can crush companies if they're especially in-house or if they're at that point. If you eliminate some employees and see the head wave coming to at least be able to afford that and be able to substantially be okay, that's okay. That's good for the industry, right? That's good for the industry. Mercury doesn't have to lay off any more people. They see it. All these companies. And it goes back to the quality of the person laying the mat or building the boat. and building the outboard. The outboard doesn't start with fucking anything. It starts as air. It's an idea. It's an idea. I mean, Mercury thought of it and then they built it. Well, they got to build them all. So it's got to start with quality people putting the shit together. If it's not getting put together correctly, that's going to be bad. And why do you keep that shit around, right? Just get rid of it. Let's be ready for what's going to happen. They don't want to do that. They want to fucking operate at max capacity. They want shit fucking going in and out. But at the end of the day, every boat manufacturer, every boat builder, every fucking outboard builder, accessories to all this shit, always needs to stay even keel and stay the course, right? Stay the course of the ball. If the ball's this big, that's all you can fit inside of it, right? That's going to be a functional rolling ball. When we get too much and it gets a fucking lob on one side, donk, it won't roll. And that's going to be a problem. You need to eliminate that, and you need to keep the ball rolling. All right, we talk about that in this business here. We freeze in the winter. So every spring, my fucking noodle is trying to tell me, how in the fuck am I going to get that ball to roll? All right, it's the size of a Super Ball when we start, and it's sticky as shit, and we got to get it to go. Once we get it to kick and start to collect and start to build and get bigger and bigger and bigger, then we make it through the summer, and then all winter we fucking chew that ball back up to nothing. And then it builds back up, and then we chew it back down to nothing. That's the nature of this beast that we're in. But this is not bad. I saw comments after comments of this, that, and the other. I even saw, I was at lunch today, I told Jackson, I said I was looking at, and one of them tags, somebody grabbed our Mercury's bankrupt video and slid it in there. And I was like, Jesus balls. Mercury's not bankrupt. They're going to be okay. They're just protecting themselves and protecting the brand so they can build quality products. You're going to see it. We've got more. White River lays off 176 employees across the board, right? It's just part of it. We just got some questions here, guys, that have been brought up. Industry about to be rocked. New boats, sales dipping, prices too high. Yeah, it's going to happen, right? You've already seen these rebates. These rebates are coming in pretty regularly. You know, White River's got some, everybody's got these rebates right now to come buy their boats, their motors, whatever the hell it may be. They're just trying to do that. I mean, we're seeing it also with depletion numbers. Like some stuff is not being shipped as quick. You know, there's some delays. Shipping's horrible, but I know numbers are depleting faster this year than they ever have. When I look at numbers of what's left over coming into what I call July 4th, halfway through the season up here, I always try to analyze the numbers of what's left, you know, where are we at. I mean, some stuff is significantly lower, so they haven't reordered, they haven't kept building. We're waiting for this thing to go poof, and it's working on it. It's going, but for the consumer, that can be good if you all have your money still. So yeah, it's dipping. Prices were too high, and like I said, they kept buying, and that's just what drove the price up. And they had more employees. Well, they had more employees, but they weren't the good employees. So the list can go on and on. Taking forever to get Merc parts. Is the aftermarket going to seize on this issue and crush Merc? No, not at all. Certain Mercury parts, I just don't think they care. They get to a point where it's like, we don't need to fucking worry about that no more. So we'll put that shit in back order, and they can figure it out down the road. It's the same almost with every brand. But no, the aftermarket parts aren't ever going to crush OEM quality. Some aftermarket stuff is good. Some of it carries some better warranty, but that's just hook, line, and sinker and pulling in. I don't use a lot of aftermarket. I try to stay brand to brand, but sometimes, like you're saying here, we can't get it, and customers want to get on the water, so you got to get them back on the water. We're limited on time up here. Companies rather shut down and hold on to inventory than discount? No, they got to move it, because you can't keep a 2024 and try to sell it in 2025. That bitch is worth nothing to me. I mean, I don't care. I don't care what kind of warranty is coming, because you know that things are going to change, things are going to get better, things are going to get worse. Some of the warranty stuff or some of the recall stuff has been fixed, and it's just a better product. No, they got to move it. They're going to move the product. They want it gone. They got to have it gone for the new year. And the new year, next year, you're going to see less. There's going to be less numbers. There's going to be less numbers. I personally hope you walk into boat shops and literally you see with a floor plan. The floor plan is a floor plan. You can buy the boat. You can take that boat off their floor plan. They maybe have one to replace it, but after that, it's all order. And I think everybody needs to be okay with waiting 6, 8, 12 months for your boat. I think it's okay. It's literally okay, because they're building a quality material for you. That's good. Like I said, the haircut that takes 5 seconds and you pay $25 for, or you get the haircut that takes 45 minutes, you pay $25 for. I'll take the 45-minute one all day long because I'm getting the quality, all right? And that's the hardest part about boaters and this industry is that when COVID came and there was so much available right away and then it went wham, it shut down to where there was nothing, it was hard for people to be like, what do you mean you can't get it? That's boating, that's what people do. COVID motors are nearing the end of its standard warranty, and I did talk about that beforehand, that's right. So you're gonna have this COVID warranty wrath, I think, of everything. This was built, let's say, like I was telling Jordan, I just used the fuel injector. This fuel injector before was built for 8 years longevity, let's just say. Where they figured 8 years of cycles, if that thing should make it 8 years, will be okay. Well, that same thing is still under that 8-year warranty, but that shit's gonna fail in 4 or 6 because the quality of the product of the parts, we all know that we couldn't get the same shit that they were getting. I mean, some of this shit was being thrown together with whatever the fuck they could get. And that just turned out to be bad for names, bad for whatever. Like I said, when it came COVID, and companies couldn't do it because they couldn't afford to do it, but they should have just said, we can't get it, we can't build it, because we can't use our same distributors. You just can't use it. I can't get my same trim pumps, I can't get my same fucking seals, I can't get my same pivot bracket, I can't get my same shit. If you're not making it in-house, you couldn't get the shit. And they built it with whatever the fuck they could, and then it turned bad. And then it's gonna get real bad. It's gonna get real bad at the end of this. When this 4 or 5 year window of quality goes, so this shit's built for 4 years. It's like a washer and a dryer, for shit's sake. Stuff that should be 8-10 years is built for 4 years. That's just how it is. And I'm not saying the power heads and pistons, I think all that stuff was probably the same, but the accessories to that, the accessories to the gears, the trim motors, the accessories to all of that stuff in the industry, trim pumps on jack plates, I think the structure is the same, but the accessories to it, the accessories to the boats even, it's the same stuff. So when I read about the Mercury being laid off 300, I thought 300 was a good number. I mean, it was like, yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. I think Mercury made a good idea. It's hard for me to say that. I don't like people to lose jobs and especially stuff like that, but I kind of felt it coming out of last year. I kind of had this little that we should probably pull back and see what we can do. Fortunate here that guys just went on their own and gal went on their own to find new avenues, and whether or not they like where they're at, I hope they are, but I didn't have to lay anybody off, I didn't have to fire anybody. So at the end of the day, it worked out kind of good for us here to be able to, it makes us slower. We're not as fast as we used to be, we know that. Some of the quality I've had to recheck or redo or bring some stuff back and fix it, and that's because we're human, and we have one young guy, and we have one guy that's only been doing it for 4 years, and I got Neil and myself. I don't have, I got my mom running the show up front, which she's an older woman that's just trying to get us by, and some of the paperwork's not being cycled like it used to be, but we're getting by, and we're gonna make it all work, and that's just what Mercury's gonna do. Mercury's gonna make it work. Suzuki's gonna make it work, you know what I'm saying? All these companies are gonna go make it work. So that way you're getting the same, if not better, quality than you've ever gotten. And that's the goal. That's the goal at the end. So, and less people means less, I used to call it hawking, workers are here and higher ups are over here overseeing it. They don't gotta fucking travel all the way over here anymore. They can just keep it to a nucleus. So it's really good. Not that I wanna see 300 people get laid off, but 300 is a lot of people. It tells you Mercury was probably about 300 people overstaffed. That's probably their number. They figured probably about 300 overstaffed. So, yeah. I think you're going to see more layoffs, boat companies too. And I think I told Jordan, I said the companies that we're building them one at a time per order, those people aren't going to have to lay off. I don't know, probably not like an Icon's probably not going to have to lay off, like Ballistic, he ain't going to have to lay off. I mean, I can list a couple other ones. I don't know that, like your Bullet is going to have to lay off. There's some of those companies that are just like, we don't need floor plans, we're just selling them here, you know what I'm saying? I think Icon is very, very well business-wise, very smart on what they're doing. I think they could probably foresee it too, being like, well, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it our way, and this is how we're gonna do it. And I think boat companies should stick to that. Stick to the fact that, no, you can't get your boat tomorrow. It's gonna be 6 months, it's gonna be a year. That's how it is. Why? Because that's what it is. If I was a boat builder, I'd be like, it's gonna be 12 months. 12 months, a year? Yeah. If you get it in 8, you're gonna be happy. 12 months, and it's okay. That's perfectly fine. Like I said, you're getting quality. So I don't want to be too alarmed by the 300 layoffs. Mercury's gonna be fine. All these companies are gonna be okay. Yeah, just is what it is. So you got any comments, make sure you're commenting on this. If you don't think I'm right, go ahead, tell me I'm not right. I'm okay with that. I like to hear it. We like to read this kind of stuff. But I think in the end of the day, it's better for you guys, the consumers, because prices are going to start to, rebates are going to be huge. You're going to get a lot of good rebates at the end of this year, going into next year, probably even at the end of next year, you'll probably get some of that stuff too. So, but I don't think trading your boat in is going to be the right idea. Selling it outright is going to be the right idea, because you ain't going to get nothing for it in trade. And if you have an Evinrude, throw it away. Have I said that before?
Yep.
Yep, just throw it away. I mean, you got a $17,000 boat with an Evinrude on it, take the Evinrude off and sell the boat for $17,000. It's gonna sell faster. That's what I got for you. Jordan, you got anything? New merch.
New merch.
Yep. My bikini's up?
Not yet. Summer collection.
How do you have a summer collection without a bikini for the women?
We're working on it.
It'll be cold by then.
No. It's always hot down south.
Yeah, I get you. Not here though.
Summer collection, made in the USA.
Like this? Summer collection?
Down.
Down here. Like
Yeah.
right here, summer?
Summer.
Made in the USA.
Yep.
Got you. I got it. Awesome, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this team talk. If you've never been here before and you liked what you see, go back, check out some more videos. Make sure you check out our stuff. There goes a gnat. Make sure you check out everything we've done. Always enjoy the comments. Always enjoy you guys. You guys are rocking it. You're blowing this channel out of the world. You're forcing me, and I know I've said it before, I've said it time and time again, we are bound and determined to get places, and we are trying to get there. It's just a matter of my schedule, Jordan's schedule, and I want to bring some of the guys along with us for this thing, and we want to video the whole thing and meet and greet you guys, go to some shows, do some of that shit when we're not so busy up here. I'm bound and determined to get it done some way, shape, or form, especially coming up to this year. We're at the point where you guys have gotten us crested over 35,000, I think, already. You're killing it on the numbers. You're watching the full videos. I cannot thank you enough. Our constant people trying to get us sponsored, and we just always say no, because there's certain people that just send us stuff that it's like we can't deny the fact that they just sent it to us. They want us to do it. I can't stop that, and I'm gonna look at it and give a review. Good, bad, ugly, shit, whatever it may be. But we appreciate all the companies that are sending us collaboration stuff, ideas. I can't do it because I want to stay true to the people. But there is certain definitely companies that I'd like Bass Boat Saver. I love that product. That's a product I'll definitely lock in with. You know, there's some boat companies that I would lock in with. There's some motor companies that I would lock in with. There's some accessory stuff that I believe in. Those type of companies, 1000% I'm on board with you guys. Definitely hook us up, send us something. We're more than happy to take a look at it. But as always, it's all about you, the consumer, you, the people. Talking to a little kid today came in from, a gentleman and a kid, I just got 1 second. A gentleman and a kid came in from Missouri today. He showed up from Missouri, and he brought his son along, and you know what he did? He's like, why do you have a skull up here? Why is there a skull? It's scary. Why? And it's because we have a big cutout up here, a big plasma cut of our logo. And I gave him the inside of this. So all you people that are big insiders, you know why I'm here? Here's the deal. When I was in my other little shop, I needed one Yamaha part. One stinking Yamaha part to finish the job. I couldn't get it. I called down to a dealer. I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is if he's watching. And I asked him. He said, yeah, I got that part. I said, well, can I buy it from you? He's like, who are you? I said, I'm Andy, Team Marine Service. What motors do you sell? At that time, I sold nothing. So I don't sell any motors. I'm just a service shop. And you know what he said to me? He's like, well, no, I'm not going to sell it to you. Because you're one of them pirates in the industry, and you steal from all of us guys that are trying to make a living at a high level. And click, that was the end of it. I was like, huh. Kind of a dickhead move, but I guess if you feel that way. So that night, I'm sitting at my desk, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I'm sitting at my desk, kind of still just smoldering a little bit on that. And I started to draw, and I drew a terrible skull, and I threw some wrenches at it. And it came to me, a pirate Jolly Roger skull, wrenches. That's got to be my new logo. And then I did that, and then it still festered inside me that this guy was that way to me. And I gave that guy behind this camera a phone call, and I said, dude, I want to do this YouTube shit. And that's what we did. And here we are. So anybody that hates the idea that I sit here and I tell you when Mercury screws up, or Yamaha, or any of that stuff, or there's a failure, or any of that stuff, somebody big in the industry created me, and created me to be this way, and to do it for the consumer. So it's not really about me ever, but that's how I got sitting right here talking to you guys about it. One guy, one phone call, one $25 part led me to be here. and that's who you have to thank. And we appreciate that guy, because we made a lot of cool connections, able to talk to people all around the world. And it's been a hell of a ride, and I can't wait for it to get bigger. So I appreciate all of you once again. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I take my hat off. I don't have it on, but I take my hat off to you, and I take my hat off to all you industry people that are battling what we got coming. I take my hat off to this industry in general, to all of you big people, all you big companies. I can't thank you enough for just keeping me sitting here, because you're always constantly building stuff and giving me reviews. We love it. We love every minute of it. That's it. That's all I got. Jordan, merch, we're done. We're out. See ya. Bye. You want me to finish?
Yep.
Let's do it. As always, comment, subscribe, and click notification bell to witness the madness that one of them Mercury guys that just got laid off and or fired is too soon to say. Speed, money, no breaks. I'm out. See you.